All right, team, it's Wednesday, May 6th. By now you know the drill. We're hitting Black Ops Virtual Follow-Along class. This week I did a little something different. I slid the mobility element to the side. That's a 5-minute component, and that is accessible through your links to do a follow-along as well. So it's going to be 2.5 minutes on one side, 2.5 minutes on the other side for the calf stretch, working on our hip mobility, which is going to carry over directly into our squat workout that we're going to do later on today. As always, we're going to start with our flow piece. All right, guys? So flow piece warm up. Starting, I'm going to go profile so you can see. Feet are going to be shoulder width. And what we're going to do, we're just going to push our butts back. We're going into those good morning toe touches. Keep your feet nice and flat. I want you to open your knees as you go down. And we're hitting about 10 reps here. Good, good, good. I'm not really counting, so if I'm off, please forgive me. All right, we're going into lunges next. Lunges, super functional. We're gonna step out with our left leg, go in nice and slow motion. Touch the ground, shoulders back, abs are tight, posture is nice and erect. Drive out, right side, touch, slow motion, drive out, there we go. Take your time. I want those knees open, I want the foot flat. Good, keeping in mind we've already done our mobility piece first, so your hips aren't as tight, your hip flexors aren't as tight. If you cannot go all the way down in your lunge, you put your foot out, you go down to where you can go, and you drive out. That's gonna teach you proper mechanics. It's also gonna build up your lunge and make your warm-up effective. All right, next thing we're gonna do is some body weight squats. So again, feet shoulder width. I wanna turn my angles of my feet out. You can do either two. You can do vertical torso squats, or you can do more of a hip hinge squat, where I drive my butt back a little further and then stand up. Again, knees out, feet are flat. Abs are tight, back is straight, gaze is neutral, knees are open. Keys to remember. All right, this last one, we're gonna sit into the squat and we're gonna hold it for a little while. If you need to steady yourself, if your mobility is not there, you can't keep your feet flat, you can hold onto a bench, a chair, a wall, whatever you have. For today's workout, you're gonna need a chair, a couch, or a wall, and maybe all three, all right? So that of course is already in your descriptor, but you wanna keep that in mind. If for some reason you're watching this and you haven't gotten those objects close by, just hit pause, go grab it, and you'll be ready to rock and roll. All right, we're going into the squat. Sit deep, feet are flat, knees are open. Use those elbows to push those knees open and out. I want my chest nice and high, because the tendency here is to collapse, right? And you'll feel that in your lower lumbar. I want you to lift that chest, drive those knees out, be in an active squat stretch. There's a difference between just sitting here and actually being active. I don't ever want you ever just sitting anywhere. I want you to be active, because that's just undue strain on your joints. Good. Remember, you can always hold on to something while still keeping that chest up. You're not going to be able to get the elbow effect, but that'll come down the road. And then again, move side to side. Explore your knee space. Feel it out for the day. Like when we did our Tabata thruster workout, I definitely did a little something to my right knee, which isn't weird because I have a torn right hip labrum, and as I always teach you, if something happens here, it's probably from somewhere north or south, mostly north. Not always, but generally where the pain is, you want to travel around it to find the actual cause. And so be aware of that. In your warm-up, you're feeling out your body. So if I know my knee is talking to me in a weird way, when I get to the second component with the goblet squats we're going to do later, I'm going to go nice and smooth, regardless if I'm I'm moving fast. You're not going to do that. So always listen to your body. That's the whole point of a warm-up. All right. Now, what we're going to do now is we're going to lay flat on our stomachs. We're going to hit some Supermen, very important, as I always tell you, because of how much flexion we're doing with our sit-ups and stuff. You want to make sure you're getting that extension. So I like to put my thumbs up, put my feet together, toes pointed away from me, and then I'm just coming up and down, getting activation. Get this kettlebell out of my way. All right, good work. And then we're just going to press that upper body off the ground. Moving back and forth. Your hips should be relaxed, pushed into the floor. Move your heads around a little. All right, good. On all fours, we're going to do the bird dogs. We've done these before. but if this is new to you, just take your time, point your toes. Keys here, we want our back straight and we want our abs tight. As always, we're gonna go opposite. So my left arm's gonna go out, my right leg is gonna go out. Pointing the toes, pointing the fingers, and then back down. Nice and slow, really bracing those abs tight. Just go 5 per side. Nice and slow. We get in the habit of just going too fast, and I'm, the worst one about this to a degree. When my back was pretty much unbearable, my PT just stopped me, put me on the floor in the middle of all his other patients and just made me do stuff like this. Really slow bear crawls. I'm just sitting there on my hands and knees while everyone's walking around. And the whole point was he had to stop me and we had to build it from scratch. And that was super difficult to do. So I'm never gonna do it to that extreme, but we're gonna do it a little bit. That way it slows you down a little. It's not the sexiest stuff, but it's gonna pay off, all right, guys? And then lastly, we're gonna go into a lunge stretch. So left foot out, squeeze that right butt cheek tight, shoulders back. You don't wanna be hyperextended in the lower back, so squeeze those the right glute, because that knee is down. Generally, you wanna hit these for about 30 seconds per side, but nobody got time for that. All right, right knee open, squeeze those abs, shoulders back. You can always lean slightly forward in a lunge, but in the lunge stretch, I want you to be more vertical. Always, we want that back straight, that's our goal. All right, good. Now, because we did some of the seated shoulder extension on Monday, it's a really good bodyweight stretch that you can do at home, and we all know how hard it is to get good stretches at home without the bars to hang your bands on. So we're gonna hit that real quick. So feet are together, knees are up. I want you to stretch your arms back. Move your butt accordingly to get a good stretch on those shoulders. We're trying to push down. Move your legs side to side. Move your head around. Always adjust, you don't want pain, but you also don't want to be not stretching, so adjust as necessary. All right, good. Now, we hit our mobility section. That was our couch stretch. We did a little bit of flow. We're gonna go into our activation portion, and today we're doing squats, so it's important that we're focusing on the lower body in this activation phase. So, go ahead and grab your band. First thing we're gonna do, take your band, twist it once, it'll make an 8, put the loops together, the sides together, and now you got a loop. Take that loop around your legs, about 2 to 3 inches above your knees. You're gonna be a little bit wider in this stretch or activation piece than you would in your normal squat because you have to create tension. And to do that, you have to go a little wide, depending on how tight your band is. This one's not as new, so I'm gonna have to go a little wider. All right, now, we're doing 15 reps of this banded squats. All right, guys? Here we go. It's nice and slow, because I want you focused on perfect squats. Push that tension into your glutes. Keep those knees open. You should feel really tight in your center. Doing good, doing good. Last one. All right, now we're gonna do our monster walks, really minimal distance. So we're gonna do 4 lengths. One to the left, one to the right, one to the left, one to the right. All right, again, remember this is the most butchered movement. Sit deep and small steps so that you don't take all the tension off the band. That you have to keep your knees wide in throughout this so that that tension stays there. Good, nice and easy. It's a lot easier than walking the whole length of the gym. Last one, sit into it. If you need to take a break, go ahead and do that. All right, down to the floor. Lay on your back. Notice how smooth this flow is. Keep your knees open. Bring your heels in close to your butt. Cross your arms, we're doing glute bridges. Again, don't just lift your hips up and down real fast. Nice and slow, squeeze through the glutes. Let's hit 15 reps on this. Keep those knees open. Five more. And we're trying to drive through our heels. Now, we're not going to get much rest here, and there's a reason for that. Okay, so we're going right back into it. We're only doing 2 total rounds, so this is your last round. Back to squats, all right? 15 reps. We're turning the glutes on right now like a light switch. Got to turn on the butt cheeks. Doing good. Almost done. All right. Whew. Back to walks. 4 lengths, guys. Sit deep. Keep those knees open. Whew. There's a significant burn located in my glutes. Whew. All right. Shoo. Back to the floor. Bring your heels in. Knees open. Take a breather. And here we go. 15 through the heels. Squeeze through those glutes. I'm sure they're on fire right now. Good work, good work. Now, little added bonus, since you're not cherry picking the workout like some people are, and you're actually watching, there will be a little shoulder involved, so we're gonna do a little shoulder work. So take your band, palms down as wide as you can. We're gonna go over our shoulder blades, and I want you to just go down to the base of your neck with your elbows bent. It looks like this in the back, and then press up and out. A lot of times we see people do this. You just need to, your goal is to maintain tension in those shoulder blades and in your traps. And then at the top, we're pressing up and out, showing off our armpits to the world. All right, so about 20 reps. Good, guys. Bands are done. All right, for today's skill core component, we're gonna do a movement called a windmill. You're about to see me get worked again. Normally, I would not be doing these, Turkish get-ups and this windmill movement. I've never done windmills before, by the way, with heavy weight, because you're just gonna struggle. But so be it. That's what I got. So I will be struggling a little bit, heavy breathing. It'll look a little jerky, but it'll get better over time. So what we're gonna do is, we're gonna do this movement, I don't know, maybe like 3 rounds. About 3 reps to 5 reps. If your weight is light, you can up that to about 8 reps. If you have really heavy stuff, guys, you can maybe do like 2 per side, but we'll hit about 3 sets. Me, I'm probably gonna be 2 to 3, okay? So again, if you're really heavy, take it really slow and do the best you can. And if you have lighter weight, we're looking about that 8 rep range, depending on where you're at. All right, guys? So for this one, the good thing is we've drilled the fundamentals of positioning with kettlebells, right? When we do the Turkish get-up, you're in your top position. The weight is locked out over your shoulder blade, which is locked out over your hip, which means you have a stacked body underneath that weight, which is what we want. For today's movement, you're gonna be in that position with one arm, obviously. The other arm is gonna be with your hand open. And what we're looking to do is this like beautiful little picturesque thing where your arm stays locked out, this hand is open and this right foot is open, and the weight's not really moving. You're just hinging on that other side, okay? It's gonna look different when I have that weight because I'm gonna be struggling a little bit, all right? We'll start on the left side. So you're gonna have the weight in your left hand. Go ahead and clean it up to your shoulder and then press it over your head however you need to. And then with abs tight, your left foot is gonna be directly under the kettlebell. Your right foot's gonna be out and your right hand is gonna be in front of your thigh. And it's gonna track down that leg, just like that. Your gaze will stay up, okay? Let's give it a shot. All right, so left hand is up, right hand is open. Taking it nice and slow, guys. Hold a big breath. And then drive back up. Hold a big breath. And then drive back up. That's one side. If you're still going, rock and roll. You want to look beautiful in this movement. You want to look like a swan. So just kind of visualize that so that you keep that arm locked out. Your abs are tight. It's very graceful and grandful. All right. So now with the right arm locked out over the leg, left foot is open, left hand is open. Big breath. Big breath. Notice I twist when I come up to get to the forward position. Shoo doggy. I'm gonna grab some water. You should do the same. We got 2 more rounds. I forgot I was on mic, good thing. It's never cool to like be watching a video, someone with a lab mic and they're like drinking water. It's like that sound. All right, left side, here we go. Woo. Lock it out, abs tight. Right hand open, right foot open. Hold a big breath. And then drive back out. Make it look pretty. Last one. Right side. Abs tight, locked over the shoulder, over the hip. Left foot open, left hand open. Big breath, take your time. Last round. Again, thank you for all your comments too. I was kind of down after Monday, kind of overanalyzing myself, and some of you reached out and said you enjoyed these, so that really meant a lot to me, and it keeps me motivated to do better. I'm always trying to do better, but sometimes it's hard, guys. So I appreciate that, and especially with these new movements, it's super cool to see you doing them, because truly that's what it's all about, you know. So I appreciate that. Here we go, left side. For those of you that hate, I don't like that. Left arm locked, right hand open, right leg open. Coming up on our last round, right side. Then we're going right into our strength and conditioning piece, and we're done. Left foot open, left hand open. Hold a big breath. Twist as you go to the top. And that's a wrap on that. All right, for the strength and conditioning piece, we are doing 12-minute, every minute on the minute. Each movement will be its own minute. So it's 3 rounds of 4 movements. Do the first minute, first movement, second minute, second movement, third minute, third movement, and so on and so forth. Then back to the top. We'll do that 3 times. Clock should work today, so it should be good. All right, now, the minute intervals is to keep us together. Remember, our rep schemes are going to be different depending on the weight you have, depending on your level. You can always hold static positions as well to make these more challenging. So say you do 10 squats, and then on your 10th squat, you hold the bottom position. right? That's gonna really be beneficial for you, but it's not necessary. Do whatever you have to do. The key is we're not going for score. We're looking for smooth, controlled movement. So first movement is our goblet squat, whether you have one kettlebell, one dumbbell, or dual. You're in, if you have dual, you're not doing goblets in a sense, you're doing front squats, front rack squats. But if you really want to switch to just one item, you can do that. So first movement, we already talked about squatting. You're gonna bring the weight up, keep it in super tight. I keep my elbows right underneath it and notice it's right on my body, super close. I hold a big breath, and then I drive out. All right? Remember, hold that breath tight, keep those knees open. I want you in your mind feeling out your body, visualizing your positions, knees open. Is my back straight? Is my belly tight, right? It shouldn't be loose because even a goblet squat can go to your lower back, all right, guys? Second movement, we're gonna add in a new component. This is where the wall is gonna come into play. We're gonna do wall sits. Again, a minute is a long time. I think I haven't done these since boot camp. So we have a thing in the Marine Corps boot camp. We make people do wall sits and we give them 2 pencils and they hold them out and they twist them until they cry. I can break people with a number 2 pencil. So, find yourself some wall space. You're gonna put your feet in a squat stance essentially. Back is gonna be, you lower yourself on it and then keep that chest up. You can do whatever you want with your hands, but keep your gaze neutral. If you need to take a rest, take a rest. Don't worry about doing full minutes. If you can, awesome. Now, the chair is gonna come into play. We're gonna do split squats. And I know you did lunges yesterday, but you can do these body weight. If you really wanna get the beautiful butt and hamstring for bikini season, now's the time to do it. This is the movement to do it. Butt and quads on this. So, you're gonna step on your chair. It's good to push your chair up against the wall, that way it's not moving on you. And just kinda, you have to feel out your balance. Open that front leg, nice and far. Biggest mistake is people go too narrow and they go too shallow. You wanna go out nice and far. And then again, I have a torn hip, so it's kind of weird for me to do these. Keep your abs tight, just like that, all right? I would say 30 seconds one leg, 30 seconds the other is probably pretty good. I'm not doing these with weight, and if you did weighted lunges yesterday, you probably shouldn't do it with weight either, all right? 30 per side, remember knee is open, you can bend slightly forward, keep those abs tight. And then the last movement we're gonna do is, I don't remember, is a static hold over your shoulder blade, all right? Really like this movement. Just started doing these this summer. You're gonna take your weight, press it up, and then you can use your other arm to lock in. You see those cool kettlebell guys that breathe funny? The fitness industry is chock full of just individuals that are just too much for me. That's why we do blackouts, we just do our own shit and we don't get involved with them. Every sector, people take themselves too seriously. But lock it out, hold that left arm in at like a 45 if you want, to kind of squeeze tight, to kind of keep your midsection, because we don't want to be like really, twisted and hinged. Even though we just did windmills, working on that. All right, but not in this position. So 30 one side, come down, rotate 30 the other side. You can always do shorter intervals of this, so, adjust accordingly. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, back to the top, 1, 2, 3, 4, back to the top, we're done. All right, guys, let's hit it. Grab some water, take some sips. "12 minutes straight. Timer's gonna count down from 10. We're starting with goblet squats. I will be doing these slow and controlled. You do them however you see fit. Here we go. Get ready. I'm going to chime check at 10. Probably going to go for 15. Make sure you're holding that breath each rep. Feet are flat. Oh, sorry, I'm way off. Keep going. Going for 20. All right, wall sits. I'll have to time check this because I can't see the timer. Oh, dude, coming out of squats into this, it's genius. Holy sheetsky. It's all quads. 30 seconds in. Now we're 30 seconds in. If you lasted longer than me, screw you. Back straight. Woo! I don't know about you guys, but it's on my quads. And we're coming down to 15 seconds. Doing good, doing good. If you're better than me, hang in there. Shoot. All right, we're going to split squats. Remember that chair should be up against the wall. Step out nice and far. Nice and smooth for 30 seconds. Looking forward to those overhead presses because my legs are getting their butts kicked. We're halfway. I think a smarter breakdown for these will be 15 seconds, change each side. Going full 30, it's kind of brutal. Doing good, doing good. Keep those abs tight. Keep your peripheral on your knee, make sure it's staying open. All right, last movement, static shoulder press. Abs tight, butt tight on this one. Not moving around, you're standing still, focusing on stabilizing your midline. Hang in there, guys. If at all you need to take a rest, just go ahead and do it. 5 seconds, get ready for changeover. Hang in there, keep that weight locked out over your head. Keep your abs tight, your butt's tight, nice and tall. I'm a little fat this week, so please excuse me if my physique is not up to par for video consumption. All right, shit. Back to squats, guys. Who comes up with this stuff? Nice and slow. Now, this is pretty intense, so if you need to pause and rest each round, do it. It's the beauty of the video. I don't get that option. Hang in there, guys. Nice smooth movements. Focusing on movement pattern principle. Halfway. I'm not looking forward to those wall sits, so we'll suffer together. Again, if this is too extreme, hit pause, take a break, shake it out. You ready for your wall sits? Focus on your posture. You can put your hands on your knees, it's a little easier. I was struggling on round one, so. Doing good, guys, hang in there. Remember, when you need to, just stand up and shake it out. About 20 seconds in. Probably should be setting a better example and going hardcore, but doing good, doing good. Hang in there. Anytime now. Oh boy. Phew. All right, split squats. Remember, listen to your body. If something weird is talking to you in your hip or something. Again, we're looking for 15-second intervals on this. So I'm rotating 4 times. Shake it out. Let's go, guys, let's go. Doing good. Promise, no legs on Thursday. Trying to give your shoulders a break today. 5 seconds. 3, 2. All right, static holds. Try not to walk around. Keep your abs tight. We're really drilling in good shoulder position with weight overhead. Stacking that weight. You're building a really strong fundamental base right now. So when you get back in the gym, you'll have stronger positions, better awareness. All right, switch sides. There's something just cool and hardcore about this. It's so simple. And even if you like do it out front of your yard, your neighbors think you're like Michael Myers or something, it's just cool. It's intense. Looks stupid at first. Oh, good. Goblet squats. Let's go. Knees out. About halfway. Last set of squats, let's go. Getting ready for wall sits. Last set, guys. Kind of take our minds away. Try to use your breathing to calm you down. Oh shit, don't adjust. I just adjusted. Makes it instantly regretting that decision. Doing good, guys. Hang in there. Let's hang in there together. It's funny how long a minute is. Shit. Holy crap. All right, last one. Keep that right shoulder locked out. Elbow locked, abs tight, butt tight. Halfway. Let's go, guys. Finish strong, finish together, abs tight, midline stable. Hang in there, hang in there. Keep it directly over your shoulder. Doing good, doing good. Stay with me. Good shit. That's a wrap, guys. So that's Wednesday. Tomorrow, back to Metcon. Friday, some element of Murph prep. Really enjoyed that Navy SEAL flow. It was tough for sure, but it was a good one. Again, thanks for sticking with me. Since the combat roll was such a big hit, I might do a video explanation of how to actually do it. Essentially, you're stepping like with your right foot. If you're in a basic warrior stance, which means your strong hand's in the back, your left foot is in front because I'm right-handed. I'm gonna step and kind of throw my arm through as I twist onto my shoulder. And that's how we do it, all right? So I'll see you guys next week. Until then,